We have the rod that Guildmaster Myru asked us to get. What it's for, I do not exactly know, but I guess it's to open the sealed door near the entrance to the caverns down here. She fought valiantly, but I suppose the Naga just overwhelmed her. Again, Takehu should be with us, but now I don't think we have a choice. Whatever's happening here cannot just be left alone. I have to do something right now. I find it scary and impressive that the Naga were able to get in down here, and so high up in the mountain of Nekataka too. I keep running into the aftermath of their invasions, and I'm forced to clean up whatever's left. By now, we have gotten used to fighting them, and I don't fear their strength. It's just that this last fight was the toughest against them that we've had, and we'll be ready for their shaman next time, who seems to be summoning blights to help them. Aloth did me proud by damaging them so much with his powerful magic. That's why I keep him. He's definitely an asset for the group. Now as to the rest of this cavern, we'll need to search it. Also, I have advanced in skill. Seems I've gained in skill. Working on my mechanics, traps, finding traps, unlocking them, and for locks as well. Work on history. I've been reading a lot of books lately, so about the history of the Dead Fire, and that will help me understand this place better. Disintegration. Burns away the ethereal sinew that holds together the mind, body, and soul of the target enemy, causing it to rapidly take raw damage. I think I'll focus on that one. Uncanny luck. Let's search the rest of his rooms. I'm not sure if we can get out through this way over here, but let's just search the other rooms here. They seem to strike without any foreknowledge and leave.
On it. Hey,
There's
watch
another
out.
Naga. Wait, you go in there, Adair. Just one of them.
Will do.
The tunnel descends sharply into the murky waters. There's no telling just how far the mountain goes. How far
I've got it.
into the mountain it goes. I assume this is where they came from. Huh. Okay, let's go up to the surface. Or to the next level, I should say. The tremors are increasing in strength. If something is about to escape, the guild ruins as Myru believed, it's going to happen soon. I'm not sure what we can do. Maybe Takehu would have this for us, but she did leave in spirit form. I was hoping that since she was in spirit, she'd be able to talk to us more.
For what do you dally? There is work to be done below.
We have no idea how to open the rod. We do have the rod. Okay, well, I'll try opening that door again. Touch the door with the rod of the Deep Hunter. The door reacts at once. A stone panel shifts aside to reveal a circular dial engraved with symbols. This would appear to be a locking mechanism requiring a precise combination. Study the symbols around the dial. Brushing aside a layer of dust reveals a circular dial of pictographs. Though I could not guess their relevance or relation to each other, I recognize the symbols themselves. Is that not Ngati at the top? The first is a full moon, its light beaming down on Aora. The next is a Juana symbol of Andra. Oh, classically depicted with the head of an anglerfish in her aspect as Ngati. It is Ngati. The next is a pair of hands reaching out for each other, their fingertips just barely making contact. And the last is the rain, falling powerfully and inexorably. Begin to manipulate the dial. The dial shows an engraving of the moon shining its pale, mournful light upon Aora. Press the dial. I hear a grating mechanical clunk of stone. Tumblers setting into place behind the door. Yeah, I don't know how to manipulate this at all.
On it.
Read the inscription again. Okay, Juana runes decorate the stone entrance. Ngati would not have gifted her chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. This sanctum is a covenant of our making. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. Pariki, Master of the Guild. That doesn't help. I don't know if I'm going to fool around with this for a long time. Rotate the dial clockwise. Watery covenant. Press the dial. I hear a grating, mechanical clunk of stone, tumblers settling into place behind the door. I don't know. Clockwise. Clockwise. Press the dial. I don't understand. I did write this down, though. The full text of Pariki's devotion is as follows. Pitied is Ngati, Lady of Lament. As the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view, her eyes well with tears as constant as rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace, the lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching. Okay, so there's the fingers at the last, and second would be, I guess, the rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace, the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view. I guess we'll have to try this.
Will do.
Okay, I know what the symbols are. Let's begin to manipulate the dial. Let's get Andra, or Ngati in this form, on top. Press the dial. Okay, so next one would be rain. Press the dial. Oh, it doesn't seem like I'm unlocking things in the correct order. Let's try it this way then. Let's get the rain up top. Press the dial. Okay, that seemed to be the right one, I hope. Okay, so the rain up top, then the moon. Press the dial. Okay, then the fingers. Press the dial. Doesn't seem like I'm unlocking things in the correct order. Okay, let's try it this
I've got
way.
it.
Manipulate the dial. Put in a Gotti on top. Press the dial. Okay. Moon back up top. Press the dial. Rain up top. Press the dial. Moon again. Press the dial. And the last one with the fingers. Press the dial. I hear a clattering and whirring as the dial recedes into the door. There's a low rumble as the doorway opens inward, revealing a dark, narrow tunnel beyond. Travel through the passage. The air beyond the passage is humid, reeking of stagnant water and something else. Something old, which raises the hairs on the back of my neck. As I take my first step, an ear-splitting roar rises in volume and echoes down the passage, shaking loose the surrounding rock. Go through anyway. I navigate the dark, narrow tunnel, pressing my shoulders together to fit the passage. This is what they had down here? This is not a dragon? As the massive upheaval of water settles, the air thickens with oppressive humidity. It takes a moment for my eyes to adjust before I can make sense of the shape that breached from the depths.
How in all Aora have they kept it down here?
This would be a great fishing story.
Ishi, down. This is no time to pick a fight. Of course I know you can take him.
Holy gone, but it's beautiful. And I'll bet smart as a whip and just as mean.
She sucks in a sharp breath. A faint trace of a smile forms on Adair's lips.
Have you come to deliver me from this prison of my own making?
The dragon flares his nostrils and glares at me. Let me get my bearings first. Who are you?
I am Skirilophus, guardian of the Isles.
He slaps his tail against the floor.
You ever consider a nickname?
Cyrilophus? Cyrilophus's eyes. He narrows his eyes at Adair.
Just give it some thought, is all I'm saying.
I take it you're the one causing the whole city to shake.
You do not see chains around me, but I am confined all the same. One by one, every link shatters.
The dragon stares at the wards around the prison.
You can only be here for one reason. You serve the Huana.
His eyes narrow into slits.
This prison is built on a foundation of their lies.
What are you talking about?
You stand in the sanctum of the Water Shapers, those who make parlor tricks of Ngati's art.
Okay.
An art in decline. The Huana Covenant has failed. With each grain of sand surrendered to outsiders, Ngati draws her favor away from her chosen people.
What covenant is that?
One struck in a different time, when the gods showered devotion on Huana. The guild hides how their acolytes struggle. Their ancestral forms no longer respond as they once did. Soon, there will be no Water Shapers to remember them.
I like what I'm hearing so far.
Smiling to herself, Maya folds her arms.
Daughter of the West, what I intend for the Huana is nothing to what I will inflict upon your fleet.
The dragon huffs a breath of steamy air. Maya only narrows her eyes and shifts her weight.
When their mighty talent went into decline, I gave the Huana the strength to raise the very sea against our enemies. For my generosity, they bound me to this chamber by my soul. And now the dead fire dies in my absence. The luminous Adra shrieks in agony, calling out for a guardian.
I'm gonna read the dragon's soul. Your soul is stuck here? Let me take a look.
You are a watcher. Of all the kith who could have entered this chamber, how intriguing.
Submerging in the dragon's soul feels at first disorienting, like perusing the stacks of a vast library. The energy and vibrancy that should color his soul is gray and worn. From the shadows, a dark, formless thing reaches out to me in desperation. The wards around the stone floor drag the essence down and disperse its energy elsewhere to the Watershaper students of Nekataka. As it touches me, the weight of the prison is like an anchor. I withdraw from the sensation, feeling shaky and depleted. So you're the reason the Watershapers are so powerful.
The Huana of ages past could have shaped the very dead fire to their liking. Now their backs have turned against Ngati's covenant. Their art is an echo of its former glory.
So the other Watershapers knew nothing about this?
Clever Pariki twisted the forms of her art. Rather than give obeisance to Ngati, they draw from the wards of this prison.
The dragon shows his teeth, his steaming breath rising from between each fang.
None but the masters of the guild ever knew this.
I've looked into your soul, it's true.
Believe what you will. My duty to the archipelago is all that matters.
So is mine. And it involves aiming a cannon between your eyes.
Lath flashes a quick, pleased glance. Shoti lifts her chin in interest.
Would you give me Tangaloa's kiss? I might welcome it.
That is death, is it not?
Freedom comes like the tide, and the dead fire heeds my call. I sense a rod among your belongings.
Serialophysis narrows his eyes and watches me carefully.
My gift to Pariki. My covenant with the Huana. Another broken promise. It made the enchantments of this prison and can destroy them. It can set me free.
The dragon lashes its tail in eager, repetitive circles. Hanakaza would have me killed if I set you free. There has to be another way.
Is your loyalty to a queen of lies so steadfast? She may not know of me, but she is complicit in this crime all the same. You owe her nothing.
What happens to your captors if I do as you ask?
The Huana have chartered their doom. I will not mourn their passing. Neither will I speed it along while they stand against the foreign tide.
That's a pity. I was about to suggest we make a deal.
Shoti puffs out a heated breath.
My concerns are greater than your petty squabbles over land.
I have questions about you first, Dragon.
I will tolerate your curiosity.
You think of yourself as a guardian.
That is a duty as old as the islands themselves. In ages past, there were 3 guardians. They watched over the Isles, the Adra, and lost Ukaizo.
What do you know of Ukaizo?
A city where Kith spoke to gods. The heart of an empire. I know only what I hear. Ukaizo was gone before my time. Even its myth is dust and ashes.
You spoke of 3 guardians?
Creatures of unparalleled age and power, bound, like me, to strengthen the Huana. If they still lived, no foreign ship would trespass on these islands.
Back to my other questions.
Ukaizo is lost beyond all memory. Better to forget that monument of hubris.
How did you get in here?
As outsiders threatened the Isles, the power of the Huana waned. Crafty Pariki sought me out to strike a deal.
Pariki. He was an explorer and founder of the Water Shapers Guild. Many of the modern teachings of water shaping stem from her research into ancient Huana society, which led to her posthumous renown and the subsequent naming of her home district in Nekataka as Pariki's Overlook.
She used my soul as a crutch for her water shapers. In exchange, she vowed to protect the Adra.
But Valians are mining the Adra.
Look upon me. Are you surprised that the Huana do not keep their promises? I came as an honored guest. The water shapers grew strong, and new conflicts replaced the old. When I resolved to go, my captors left me here, cheated and howling in the dark.
But how did you get in here?
As outsiders threatened the Isles, the power of the Huana waned. Crafty,
Yes,
but
I
she
know that.
used my soul as a crutch for her water,
Water Shapers don't protect Adra, they hold back the
exchange.
Rautalian Armada.
And just barely. If what we've learned here is any indication.
Maya folds her arms and smirks.
Indeed. The Huana bite off more than they can chew. I came as an honored guest. The water. When I resolved to go
Okay.
as outside, she used.
Go on.
I came as an honored guest. When I resolved to go, my captors left me here, cheated and howling in the dark. I have sat still for enough of your questions. Will you release me, or must this end with blood?
Why is this rod so important?
It contains a fragment of my soul, gifted willingly to share of my strength. The Huana twisted it against me, just as they twist themselves.
Boiling frothy water drips from the edges of his jaws. Allow me to inspect this prison. A low growl builds in the back of his throat.
Your inspection is irrelevant. I have seen enough of these walls for the both of us. The wards are the bars of my prison, and the rod you carry can bend them apart like stalks of wheat.
I don't think we should unleash this dragon. He'll attack the Huana, he'll attack the Rautai, attack the Valians. It'll be like unleashing... We already have Aethys unleashed in the Deadfire. We don't need another giant creature. I don't know if we're gonna even win. Say nothing.
Something tells me that we cannot be parted quickly enough.
He shakes his massive head.
Time has weakened the wards enough that I can leave this cell without you.
What?
There will be a debt of pain that I have no wish to incur. Betray me, and I will summon as many waves of Naga as it takes to shatter this prison.
You're the one that summoned them. The dragon unclenches his jaw and watches me in silence. I think we need to kill this thing. I really do. I was hoping, perhaps...
On it.
that I could inspect these devices.
Right.
A raised ward stone stands out from the watery floor of the dragon's prison. The runes engraved along its surface glow with pale light. Inspect the ward stone. Enchantments coursing through the stonework keep the dragon tethered to this spot and siphon energy from his soul. The spells of imprisonment look more recent. The siphoning enchantment merely sips at the dragon's essence and disperses it elsewhere. I think it could be used to store the essence, enough to last decades or longer if used responsibly. I can tell nothing else about the enchantments. The ward flashes, causing the rod of the Deep Hunter to tremble in my pack, as if the two shared some arcane affinity for each other. I don't agree with keeping this creature here, but what it's gonna do. Strengthen the spell of imprisonment. The light emanating from the ward brightens as the runes sharpen, spreading their blade like edges over the stone. Whatever you think you're doing, it has not escaped my attention.
If you are too dense to break these wards, then I ask you to leave them alone.
The dragon pulls back its upper lip, showing a row of curved teeth. My mistake. I can fix this.
Be sure that you do.
The dragon narrows his eyes.
Sure.
Yeah. I can only think that we can do one thing here, and that is attack. Or strengthen the wards, but if I do it again, he might attack us, so this will end in bloodshed. Either way, is my guess. Okay. I think we need to attack the dragon. Strengthen the spell of imprisonment. Okay, let's strengthen it, the spell of imprisonment. The light emanating from the ward brightens as the runes sharpen, spreading their blade-like edges over the stone. I warned you, betrayer. Skyrolophius, whatever his name is, spreads his wings and lets out an ear-splitting roar. Okay, well, it's a fight now.
This thing isn't doing the job. Lava.
Come on, Adair, get in there with your shield. See about flanking it. I don't want to get its attention. Not a good time.
Say your prayers, just like that.
This is futile.
Fireball.
Lava. Beyond seek. Let's go.
Come now, step into the light.
Beyond seek.
Ishi, get over there. Oh,
That's very helpful.
Yeah?
We won't show him the pit feather yet. Worth and rock. Lava. We need something stronger.
Moe, Ixie, Alna.
That's not supposed to happen.
Oh, what is this? That's all we need is more things coming to attack us.
This is futile!
No. On.
This is futile!
Sire Laphus rears back with a frustrated hiss. Breathing heavily, he regards me with hatred and disbelief.
This prison has taken too much from me. I yield.
With great effort, he inclines his head, and the slightest bit. I'm taking another look at those wards. I trust that you won't interfere.
Do what you will. I am not strong enough to protest.
He squeezes his eyes shut, and a curl of steam escapes his nostril. Strengthen the spell of imprisonment.
Make no mistake. You are the only monster here.
Yeah, I'm keeping you here, so you don't go and kill who knows how many out there. That or death. My apologies, it had to be done. Sire Laphus roars with impotent rage, his fury shaking the enclosed pit with enough force to send rocks tumbling down, where they make a mighty splash below.
Sure.
Well, that took a lot out of us. I can't get into another fight until we rest. I'm really, really hurt.
Onikaza will want your report, I say.
Yeah,
All
I'm
is
sure she
quiet
will.
in the sanctum, as it should be.
I'm sure she will want my report.